Let's dive into the BrightLocal platform and see how you can build a Citation Builder campaign bespoke to your requirements. So we can see here that I've gone into my location. This might be my business or my customer's business. And we'll see that the campaign is broken down into three main elements for you to build a bespoke package. If you're a service area business and you don't want the address to be visible on the listings, you can click this toggle on to hide your location's address. It is worth knowing that this will filter the number of available directories for you to list on. Not every directory accepts a hidden address, but if that's something that's a requirement, there will still be options available to you. I'm going to, for this example, assume that I or my customer has a bricks and mortar physical location that a customer can visit and show you how to build a campaign in that way. The first element of the three for Citation Builder would be creating your manual submission. So if you pick this option to have our team do, you can see that what this entails here. We will create, fix, and update listings for you. We'll handle all of the email verifications. It is worth knowing that the big directories, we would say the engagement layer directories, Facebook, Bing, Google, Apple, Yelp, they require verification from the client, whether that be our client or your client. They need proof of the business being registered. So that is something the person at the physical location, or if you're a service area business, the person that the has registered the business would need to be responsible for. All other email verifications are handled by us to take the legwork out of it for you. And as you can see, we'll give you the login details for all of the listings that we create. That means that you own them going forward and you are free to manage them in any which way you see fit. You can choose a specific number of citations that you want to get started with on these campaigns. There'll be a different number available to you dependent on location and business category. So you might see sometimes you've got up to 50 or up to 100 citations available to you. In this case, I'll start with 25. It's a good starting number for a first campaign or for getting that listings footprint off the ground. And you'll be able to see as we go down what this will cost in credits, whether you have Citation Builder credits that you can buy through the platform, or in dollars if you're going to pay on card. So we've chosen this section. Now I want to decide if I want to remove harmful duplicate listings that we find. So if you do choose this option, our team will look for harmful duplicates, get rid of those, and make sure that you only have one listing on all of the chosen sites and that all of that data is clear and concise across the board. If you want to add this, we'll just click here, add it onto our plan. Here we are. And finally, the data aggregator and network submissions. So as we saw in our previous module, you'll have different engagement layers and authority layers. The data aggregators are a great way for getting your listing to thousands of directories en masse. So still having that one correct listing per directory, but it's a great way of flooding the web with your footprint, whilst then manually choosing the sites that are very important to you. You can see here, it will push your business data to hundreds of sites at once. You can get your data onto mobile apps and GPS services, and also updating your business data for free for 12 months. So if you were to change a phone number, change address even, you'll be able to update that information via the data aggregators onto those sites for free. So if we add this, I'm going to decide that I want to add all of the data aggregators available to me because this is my first campaign and I want to have as strong a start as possible. You'll be able to learn more about the different aggregators in this Learn More section. It will tell you the types of sites that they submit to, so you can then make informed decisions when building campaigns. If you're not going to choose all of them, if you don't need to do all of them every time you do a campaign, you might decide that the GPS network is most important to you, or being on the YP network. If we click in here, we can see more information about that data aggregator and also the types of sites that this will list on. I'm going to make sure that I want to add all of the aggregators. This will tell me how much or how much it will be just for one each time I choose them. And finally, a bonus step in the Citation Builder is enabling Active Sync. our tool that allows you to make immediate updates to those big top engagement layer directories. Perhaps you need to change your opening hours on Google. It's a special, national holiday weekend, and you need to change your special hours. You may need to check for any malicious edits. You may want to check for Google overwriting information about the business, and you might just want to make fast changes to those top layer directories, in which case you're going to want to add ActiveSync, and this will also give you access to the GBP post scheduler. So being able to post events, offers, promos on your Google business profile listing. I'm going to create a full-bodied campaign here. I've got my manual submissions. I'm removing harmful duplicates. I'm submitting to all of the data aggregators, and I'm enabling ActiveSync and the GBP post scheduler. So my campaign is as well-rounded as it can be. I've got the best chance now of enhancing my footprint, fixing any errors that are out there, and also being able to manage those engagement layer listings. I can now choose which existing listings I would like BrightLocal to update. Anything that you can see highlighted in red is showing that either it is incorrect business information that we have for you. It might also be a competitor with a very similar name in that area. It's worth having a look to see if this is your business and the information needs updating, because it doesn't match what you've provided us in the platform. This is what we're benchmarking it against. Does this match what you've told us the business details are? If not, we will flag it as a potential error. We can see in red what those errors are. And also, I want to have a very detailed look at the notes. I advise this for all of your Citation Builder campaigns. This will give you information that you need to know about that specific directory. As I mentioned, if you see this little telephone icon or the little silhouette icon, it's telling you that this specific directory requires verification from the client. That's not something BrightLocal can do on this directory. It will also tell you if it's part of the Yext network. If you don't see this symbol, then it isn't. If you need to hide the address, it will tell you that this site allows that. Any other information that you need to know, as you can see here. You might see different icons. Have a look at all of them. All of these notes are relevant for you. As you can see, this site offers quick listing. This is because some directories will go live overnight, within a week, within a couple of days, and other directories can take 3 to 6 weeks for their submissions to go live based on their quality checking protocols and processes their end. So I've decided I want to update this one showing errors in red. So I've ticked that. I've deselected this one because everything's fine. It will automatically select the top highest authority citations in this new citations list available to you. So this is showing directories that you're not currently listed on, where there is opportunity for you to be featured. So these are the ones you're going to want to consider. However, as it deselects the highest citation value and the highest website authority, it is so worth having a look through the list, because you might see that lower down an area or a particular directory that hasn't been pre-selected is actually more beneficial for you. You might see a specific directory that is industry specific. That's much more useful to be on than a general site if you're going to start off choosing which manual site you want to be listed on. And then later on down the line, make sure you're choosing all of those other sites, general sites, niche sites, industry specific, whatever it may be, just so that over time you have built the fullest type of citation campaigns that you can to give you the clearest, most accurate and visible presence online. So I can look down here, there's a niche directory submitted and it's a specific industry law firm. So I'm going to choose that as one of the sites I want to be listed on, even though it wasn't pre-selected. I can see here as well that this doesn't display photos, or it limits the number of photos, worth me knowing in case I had 10 that I wanted to submit, and also if there are any other specific notes. So I can see now that I have submitted 15 of 25 citations that I've chosen as part of my package. So I'm now going to want to choose a few others that I think are relevant to me. until I've hit that 25. Just for example, have a look all the way down the list, making sure that anything that you see all the way to the bottom is relevant and specific and useful to you or your client's business. I've selected my 25 citations. Now I can see a summary for what campaign I've built on this occasion. I've chosen 25 manual submissions. I have got the removing of harmful duplicate listings applied, and also I'm submitting to all of the data aggregators, and I've enabled the publishing pack, which was our Active Sync and GBP Post Scheduler tools. I can see here the total price of this campaign in dollars or credits. I'll confirm that's all correct. I'm happy to go ahead. And now I will confirm the business details that I'm going to push out to those listings. Do I want this to be available on an external URL? Are you going to be sharing this report with clients or even shareholders within the business? If you're going to be sharing with clients, you can white label this once making it available on the external URL to put your own branding to remove any mention of BrightLocal. I'm going to say no because this is my business in this case. I'm going to make sure that the business details that are entered here are correct, as this is what will get featured on those listings. If you see any inaccuracies, any errors here, you need to go to your location manager and update the business details there for it to pull through into the Citation Builder. If you want to add any extra information, please do go ahead. We do advise best practice not putting in the name or contact details of, for example, a store manager. If you're going to list anybody where there's a chance of staff turnover, that would mean you would then need to update all of the listings again whenever that type of change happens. So making sure you're only adding this information if you're certain it isn't going to change anytime soon, if at all. Also, looking at your business category, any extra information you can provide, and the description of the business that we currently have for you. Again, any of this information in here that needs to be changed, you can go to the location manager to do that, and it will automatically pull back through. Adding in your categories that are in line with your existing GBP listing, your products, opening hours, and as you can see, just as much information as possible that's available to us and to you, and therefore to customers when they're looking at you online. Any images and any campaign notes. It's very useful to know here that this is a way of opening up an email dialogue with the Citation Builder team working on your campaign. If there's anything you'd like them to know, this is the place to put it to start that email conversation. Perhaps you want to say that we have got 2 businesses in this particular location. Please don't edit this business on 102 High Street. We're only doing this for the one on 410 South Street, for example. You can see an example here. Do you want to receive email alerts when the report is complete, and where are they going to go, so that you can be aware that the report and campaign has finished? It is vital, having said that you check the report at least every other day, but certainly multiple times in the week for any notes that are left for you, any notes that come from our team to you, or any information that we need from you. Don't submit the campaign and never look at it again until it's completed. There'll be things that we need to know, that you need to know, and it's a great way of tracking progress of where you're at in the phase of the citation campaign. But we'll have a look at the report any moment now, and you'll see in more detail what to look for. You can see your payment methods. Do you want to buy bulk credits? And just acknowledging the terms and conditions. Then we'll confirm and pay. Now let's take a look at the Citation Builder report. This will allow you to see the progress of the campaign that you've submitted. So I can see here which aggregators I'd chosen as part of this campaign. Do any of them need renewing after those 12 months? Are there any that I didn't choose in the campaign setup that I'd like to buy now? And also, which phase of the campaign are we in? So I'm looking at the campaign submitted here, the campaign ID, and what was included in this campaign. I can then see that from the date of ordering this, which process and phase we've been through already, or that we're at. So reviewing data, also the rough time frame of when this will happen, submitting to sites has occurred, and now we're on the live listing checks. I can see how many citations I'd ordered, how many have been submitted that haven't yet gone live, how many are also still pending, how many have gone live, and how many were existing, but we've updated something about the information. And I can see in more detail here. For example, the Chamber of Commerce, that citation has gone live. So if I want to go and see it on the directory, I will click here to view. I was talking about the importance of checking these reports at least every couple of days, and certainly not submitting a campaign and then not looking at it again. This is a really good example of where you will see notes, either generic notes about the directory that we need you to know, or notes from our team to you, giving you information or requesting information. In here, I can see that it's just a generic note about the site for your information, but you might at other times see something from our team in here explaining that another listing already exists on this site and we need login details to be able to access and edit it. Or perhaps it's letting you know your login details so that you can manage this site and listing going forward. Any of these showing as live or updated, you can click on the green view button and that will take you straight to the directory so you can see the listing. The difference between live and updated: live are any new sites that you had chosen in your campaign where you weren't listed before that have now gone live. Any that have been updated, showing the green successful tick, are telling you that this was a pre-existing citation, but we've updated the information for you. It's been accepted and it's now showing with the new data. You might sometimes see that it says submitted. This could be that the citation has been submitted to the directory, but the directory just haven't processed it yet their end for it to have gone live. And the same for any pending. If you do know that a citation has gone live and it isn't yet showing on this report, you are welcome to take the link from that directory and add it in here, just to make sure that your report is as fully fleshed out as it can be, especially if you need to share this with a shareholder or with a client before the campaign is finished and the report is complete. We can have a look at the status of all of our manually chosen sites, and we can see the status of those data aggregators as well. Worth knowing, if you want to also start up or continue a dialogue with the Citation Builder team, you can start that email chain here by asking a question, and it will give you the dialogue box again to send an email to the team working in your campaign. This is the Citation Builder report. If you want to buy more citations, you've got the option here. If you want your citation login credentials, very important, so that you can manage those listings going forward, you click in here and it will tell you what your username is, your email, and open the email here. You can then change that information if needed. This is the Citation Builder report in a nutshell. I would say as simple as that, but definitely take some getting used to effectively manage your listings, learn the best practices for how to enhance that listings footprint, and then keep on top of what's happening with each of your listings for all of your locations and your clients by using this Citation Builder report. You will find it in the specific location level. If you've gone into a specific location, click on the Citation Builder tab here and it will show you. Or alternatively, if you've got multiple locations with multiple Citation Builder campaigns happening, you can click in this top, as we've got the drop down here, click in the top Citation Builder tab, and it will show you all of the Citation Builder campaigns that exist for your locations or your clients or your business. I hope that this has helped with your understanding of citations and how best to manage these and make a head start with your listings footprint. Of course, you can go back and rewatch any of these modules. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to our support team.